Welcome to the Simply Financial podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Calandra. So I have been a consumer of self-help, motivation, be your best kind of stuff since at least college, maybe even earlier. For example, I was introduced to Earl Nightingale's Lead the Field when I was in college, made a tremendous impact on me. And there were other things such as Og Mandino's The Greatest Salesman in the World book. But I recently read an article that kind of stuck with me. It is 8 ways highly successful people set and achieve goals. And I want to go through this with you on today's episode. The thing about this is you could apply this to financial planning and investment planning, but you could apply it to just about anything you want to achieve in your life. And so I think it's a very, very valuable lesson. Number one is visualize. Can't even say that word. Visualize your ideal future, because setting goals can be abstract. And so picturing what you want to accomplish is very worthwhile. I don't know if people talk about this as much, but I know a long time ago I was introduced to the concept that if you want to buy a big, beautiful house, take a picture of that and maybe post it at your desk. Or if you want to lose weight, have a picture of how you would want to look. Maybe somebody that looks the way that you would like to look. If you want to buy a boat, get a picture of a boat, but not just any picture. Get a picture of the exact boat you would like to own. That is really very valuable. So number one is visualize your ideal future. In terms of financial planning, say sending your kids to school or retiring or having enough money for a down payment, think about what you're trying to accomplish. Visualize where you want to go. It will make it easier for you to stay on track and make the necessary steps and perhaps sacrifices on your way to your ideal future. Number two is work backwards from your goal. I talk a lot about this in my 7 wealth building rules. If you know what you want to accomplish, which is part of number one, is begin to work backwards. What do you need to do along the way, working your way back so that you can lay out a pathway, a plan to get to that ultimate goal. Working backwards is very good. So if you want to retire and you want to have X number of dollars, well, let's work backwards. Where would you need to be 10 years before? Where would you need to be 20 years from before? Where would you need to be a month before? Work backwards from your goal. That helps create some easily digestible, important step-by-step things that need to be accomplished on your way to your ideal future. Number 3 is hold yourself accountable. One of the primary roles that we have here at Elliott Wealth Management is to help our clients remain accountable. We cannot demand that our clients do anything, but by speaking with them, by checking in with them, communicating how their plan is unfolding, what's working, what's not working, what might need to be changed, finding out what might have changed on their end. Are they making more or making less? Have their goals changed? Have things adjusted on their end that necessitates some changes to the planning we've done? But you need to hold yourself accountable. You could have a business coach. You could have a life coach. You could have a mentor. Again, a financial planner can be helpful in assisting with holding yourself accountable. I think that's one of the more important, less talked about aspects of working with a financial professional is to help with the accountability part. Number 4, set clear deadlines. You want to make sure that you set clear measurements with realistic deadlines when setting your goals. When the goal is realistic, you will feel more properly and emotionally invested in the outcome. And you should feel that the process is challenging, but also achievable. Number 5, write down your goals. This is often talked about, but incredibly important. The article that I referenced at the top of the show today points to a study that indicates that 42% of people are more likely to achieve their goals and their dreams simply by writing them down on a regular basis. How that relates to financial planning is you should have a written plan along with written goals and objectives about your financial future. And if you write it down, it's much more likely to be achieved. They talk about in the article, which I fully believe in and have seen it work in my own life, both for myself as well as it working out for clients that I've worked with over these 29 years, is when you have this goal and you write it down, it enters into your mind, and your mind subconsciously as well as consciously will work on the issue and help you achieve the issue. It is a great advantage to have goals and to write them down. Number 6 is to break your goals down. I touched on this before. You want to visualize the future. You want to work backwards. As I said, we're going to hold ourselves accountable. We're going to have deadlines, but you have to break it down into, my terminologies is digestible pieces. Break it down into smaller, actionable items. The adage I'll refer to is, how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. And so by creating these doable, small, actionable items, you also get the feeling, an appropriate feeling that you're making progress. If you could begin to cross things off your list of things to do, it feeds on itself. You could build momentum. Psychologically, it's very, very appealing to begin, and it feeds on itself. So you want to break your goals down. Number 7 is own your future. As the saying goes, a dream without a plan is just a wish. I'm quoting that from the article, which, by the way, I will post on our site, elliottwealth.com. I'll give you another adage. In this business, financial planning, it's often said that most people spend more time planning their next vacation than they do their financial future. And unfortunately, even though I heard that some 20 plus years ago, it's still as true today as ever for far too many people. If you're not in charge of where you spend your time and where you spend your energy, it's very easy to become distracted. That has always been very true. But in today's day and age, with social media, 24/7 news, it can be easy to get distracted. So remember that you're responsible for your own future, and only you can change and work towards a better outcome. It's important to work in the present, but you want to have an eye to the future. Number 8, use your goals in every aspect of your life. I'm taking this generic list, the 8 ways highly successful people set and achieve goals, and I'm focusing on the financial part. But as I mentioned at the beginning, this works if you're trying to eat healthier, exercise more, have better relationships, get ahead in the business world, improve the performance of your business. If you're training for a marathon, any of this, I think it has crossover to almost any aspect of your life that you want to apply it to. It's not just a way to achieve business-related things. So I hope you found this valuable. I really like this article. It's not surprising that nothing in here was terribly new or revolutionary. I've seen this stuff before, but it is powerful to see them laid out in a nice, elegant way. And I think about the work we're doing for our clients, many of who are closing in on retirement or are working their way to worthwhile goals. I think this is very good. I feel as though, as a certified financial planner, I'm in a wonderful position to help people set and achieve their financial goals. So thanks for listening today. Please check out the website. You can find the article, which I did not write, by the way, 8 ways highly successful people set and achieve goals. You could check that out. You could learn more about me and the rest of the team here at Elliott Wealth Management. You could reach out to us if you're not a client. We'd love to speak with you, and we can do a complimentary initial consultation. I will be back with you on the next episode of the Simply Financial podcast very soon. Thanks for listening today.
The views expressed are not necessarily the opinion of SagePoint Financial Incorporated and should not be construed directly or indirectly as an offer to buy or sell any securities mentioned herein. Investing is subject to risks, including loss of principal invested. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. No strategy can assure a profit nor protect against loss. Please note that individual situations can vary. Therefore, the information should be relied upon when coordinated with individual professional advice. Please note, the information being provided is strictly as a courtesy. When you link to any of the websites provided here, you are leaving this website. We make no representation as to the completeness or accuracy of the information provided at these websites, nor is the company liable for any direct or indirect technical or system issues or any consequences arising out of your access to your use of third-party technologies, websites, information, and programs made available through this website. When you access one of these websites, you are leaving our website and assume total responsibility and risk for your use of the websites you are linking to. Securities and advisory services are offered through SagePoint Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Insurance services offered through Elliott Wealth Management, LLC, not affiliated with SagePoint Financial.